Hey guys, this is Nick and Saud from NXT LVL Jiu-Jitsu. We got a lot to cover today. Let's start by going over the fights that just happened this past weekend. Maia versus Askren. As expected, Askren's stand-up was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he put those combos together. Really, you can tell he's really been working on it. Not at all. Like, not even a little bit. How you in the gym around it every day and you legit never throw a punch? But in all seriousness, from a grappler's perspective, great matchup.
Yeah.
Damian Maia pulling out the win. What'd you think?
It went exactly how we said it was going to go last week. This is a great fight, man. Definitely enjoyed all the grappling in it. It was, the way Askren was knocked out or passed out, I want to say. Unfortunately, that makes 2 for him in the past 2 fights. I know he tried to do that spinning back fist, which kind of ruined that match for him. That's when it was over, like once I saw that spinning back fist, that dad bod, that whole mixture went together, and it was a recipe for a disaster.
Yeah, I think he was Maia's obviously pretty relentless with his jiu-jitsu attacks, but Askren was defending really well. But yeah, once you start throwing in that super high level striking that Askren has, it's like set him up for disaster.
And the thing is, he realized it too. He said that on Twitter. He's like, he apologized to his fans basically and said, I made a mistake. And I think that's what he was talking about. That spinning back fist kind of ruined everything for him.
Well, he had talked before the fight that he thought if he lost this one, his UFC career might be in jeopardy. Obviously,
Sounds like it.
He's got enough of a reputation. He's been in the fight game long enough. I'm sure he would be picked up by somebody, whether it be Bellator or ONE FC or somebody would pick him up. But I'm not sure if this loss necessarily gets him out of the UFC. I think it definitely.
I don't think so.
It probably definitely demotes him to like the undercard though.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get him out of the UFC. He still has a lot of fan base. A lot of people like him.
For whatever reason.
His wrestling is on point, regardless of anything. So that he might make a little comeback for himself. But I mean, you have his debut, which was
Be Lawler.
Yeah, with Lawler, and that was there was a lot of like disagreement between that stoppage.
It's pretty controversial.
Very controversial. Then you have a second fight with Masvidal, and that flying knee.
Fastest knockout in UFC history.
Yeah, and then his third one with Maia, and he passed out too. Right? So it's like.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like losing to who he lost to, I think is probably what's going to get him at least one more fight in the UFC. Because he's not. It's not like he's fighting some jabronis in there. He's fighting legit guys. I mean, Maia's been a title contender for how long now? He's fighting top tier talent.
Yeah.
He's not fighting just whoever. He's not fighting the undercard. But I think he's about to go fight some undercard dudes for his next one.
I would like to see another fight from him that actually goes the distance. Just to see what, all that talk, well, does it amount to something? I mean, he's got 3 chances now, and
work on that.
Let's see one more.
Let's work on that spinning back fist.
Yeah, just make it better.
That's step
make it
one.
better, man.
Like, pretend you can strike.
It was funny, like, over the weekend I was sparring with a few people, and this guy was like, oh, let me do the Ben Askren, and he just falls. I'm like, okay, that's funny.
That's a decent move. I think,
it was pretty fun. I mean, I laughed.
I do the Ben Askren training style sometimes, just sit on my couch and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like
the
Askren method of getting in shape. Speaking of in shape, we had Randy Couture, Captain America, with the heart attack. That was
a very unfortunate news, but how badass is that guy, dude? How badass is that guy? That guy walked himself to the hospital after suffering a heart attack.
Yeah, during a workout, felt like something was off. Walked himself into the hospital. and then probably like shot a double leg on a surgeon or something.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that's pretty badass. I'm hoping for a speedy recovery for Brandy. He's a UFC legend, MMA legend, dude.
Yeah, I mean everything I've heard is that he's expected to make a full recovery.
Good.
How
old is he?
He's in his mid 50s at this point.
Yeah.
But he's got some of my personal favorite fights in UFC history. When he came out of retirement and fought for the heavyweight title, beat Tim Sylvia for that I think he was like 43 or 44 when he won the heavyweight title.
Pretty badass.
Then also when he defended that title against Gabriel Gonzaga, because he was like a gigantic underdog, and he not only did he beat that guy, he put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, MMA legend, and also Conor McGregor set to come back.
Finally,
the date is set. I think it's January 18th.
Yep.
So
how long has it been since Khabib? Was it like it's over a year for sure, right? A year and 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, I think it'll be probably a year and a half-ish total.
Actually, no. He just had that fight with that old dude at the bar.
Sorry. Oh, that's true.
That just happened.
That was a pretty decisive victory for the old dude at the bar.
Very true.
Because he took that punch and didn't flinch. He like really didn't react to that.
He literally went back to drinking his.
Yeah, he's like, well.
I was like, whatever. That was good. But yeah, I'm excited to see who he fights. There's a lot of prospects on the line, so
it's interesting that before everybody was calling out Conor. That was like the way to a paycheck. Call out Conor.
Yeah.
And now Conor's actually calling some people out. So I think there's a little bit of realization that Conor thinks like, hey, maybe I sat on the sideline a little too long.
Yeah.
He let the game pass him by a little bit, and some of the thunder was kind of stolen from him by Nate Diaz.
Yeah, and I think one of his biggest mistakes was that when he did come back, he came back to fight Khabib. Should have taken an easier fight, just to at least, get back into the flow of things before, going against freaking one of the best pound-for-pound fighters. I mean, come on, that's Khabib.
Yeah.
And he came back against Khabib. That guy was mad. He came back and he beat the crap out of him. So hopefully we'll see a nice comeback for Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I'm sure within the next month or so, especially after the upcoming title fight for the BMF title, that is. That fight, a couple other fights as we see him play out, I'm sure that it'll get finalized who he's going to go against. But yeah, I'm excited to see who that is.
I know Donald Cerrone put an Instagram post on the day that this was announced. He put a picture of a Budweiser and then a picture of the Prosper whiskey right next to it. So it's kind of to signal that there might be something going on there, but I don't know. Also, Donald just came back from a loss, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be super excited to see that fight. Conor, although he did get beat by Khabib, let's not forget the guy was the double champ not that long ago. He was a champ in 2 different weight classes at the same time. So I would like to see him face some more top-tier talent. We know it's not going to be Khabib or Tony Ferguson because they're up next. They're actually going to be fighting early next year.
You know how I'm excited for that fight, but I wanted to say one more thing about Conor. He called out 50 Cent, right?
I did see that. And 50 Cent, I think he has about 50 cents left to his name.
Yeah,
so he might want to take that fight if he can drop like 80 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take that fight.
Get back to like his get rich or die trying weight.
Yeah, he must be crazy trying to go and get into something with Conor McGregor. Really, bro? I mean, that's a trained fighter.
Yeah, but let's not forget 50 Cent was in Floyd Mayweather's fight camp for a while.
That's very true.
I don't know. I think Conor's desperate, just trying to draw some attention to his name.
True.
So I don't foresee that fight happening at all. But I think there's a little bit of desperation there, trying to draw some excitement to yourself. Yeah, but Ferguson and Khabib scheduled for early next year. I do like that. It makes sense. You know?
I mean, throughout the past, I don't know, 3 episodes that we've had, I've been trying to get on that fight, been excited for it, and now it's finally happening. I think it's such a great, it's gonna be such a great fight. Like I said, I believe Ferguson will be the one to bring down Khabib.
That'd be interesting. I think that the thing that Ferguson pointed out, when he had the interim title and all that, was that the title, Ferguson didn't lose it.
Yeah,
that was he was upset about that. Yeah. He was like, I didn't lose the title. I got injured and you pulled it.
It's very true.
You took it away from me, but nobody beat me. So it will be exciting to see him and Khabib. Very different style matchup. Lately, Khabib has been standing more in his fights.
Yeah.
And that's probably not what you want to do with Ferguson, but the thing is, Khabib always has that ability to just take it to the ground if he so desires.
But remember, also Ferguson is a very good grappler. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's had a long history in grappling too, and wrestling as well. So that's why I believe, like, if there's one person to be able to stand up to Khabib, it will be Ferguson. But it can go either way.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see how that one plays out.
Do you know when that's happening at all?
I think Dana White said kind of like Q1 2020. So yeah, we can look forward to that in the first couple of months there. So that should be exciting. And then we got more title fight news. It looks like Adesanya versus Romero is going to be up next.
I think over the past few episodes we talked about a potential with him and John Jones. They had that beef going on, and then they said that it might be him and Paulo Costa, but I guess it's been decided that he's going to fight Romero, and that'll be a tough fight for him. Just because Romero is always all over the place, man. He does not play around.
Yeah, and Romero's super explosive. Adesanya wants to strike with people, but Romero's just got that one-touch knockout power, at least early on in the fight. He does tend to wear down a little bit. I think he has such a muscular frame. He does tend to get a little tired and slow down later in the rounds. But in the first couple of rounds, I mean, good Lord. You're going to have to be careful, keep that guy at a distance.
Yeah, like Adesanya would have to go back and like be very technical, time his punches, time his slips. He's gonna have to watch out because I think that's a title match, right? I mean,
Yeah, so 5-minute rounds. So he's gonna do well to be calculated, pick his shots, not just try to fully engage with Romero. Stick to the outside, stick and move.
Yep.
But guys, don't forget, click like, click subscribe. Tell your friends to click like, click subscribe. Watch the video, watch it again, record it, watch it again at home, rewind it, go back to YouTube, click like and subscribe.